Hey guys, I'm BeBe Nycole. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making a YouTube intro that's aesthetically pleasing. Simply read over step 1 and then we'll begin. Here are the apps that you'll need for this video. We're going to start with Keynote. You want to click Create Presentation, stroll through the templates and decide which one you like best. Now we're going to move on to step 2, which is to create your first slide with your logo on it. Just position that slide. And then we'll move on to the next slide. I want you guys to know that we'll be doing 5 slides in total. But just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to take you through creating the slides first because that is the easiest part of the intro, assembly. And then after we've created the slides, we'll circle back and we'll get into the effects and we'll get into the transitions. As you see here, we've moved on to our second slide. And this slide, this is going to be our first iPhone slide. So my vision for this slide was to invite my audience to follow me on social media. So I downloaded an iPhone transparent and I also made a screen recording of me following my Instagram, scrolling through, clicking on a picture and hearting it. I made a mistake and I put the phone transparent file first and then I layered the video on top of that. That was a big no-no. It did not look realistic. So I removed the iPhone transparent file and then I placed it on top of the video. So make sure your video file goes first and then your phone goes over it. Now we're moving on to step 4, which is our photo slide. Gather all the photos that you want to use. Just keep your vision in mind. Just make sure that your photos represent you and your brand. And just make sure that it's photos that your audience would like to see. And make sure that they can kind of get a glimpse or an idea of who you are as a YouTuber. I am playing around with the effects right here. I'm trying to get the perfect order. I wanted my pictures to slam down, so I used the anvil effect. That's going to make it come in with a big movement. And then I wanted my pictures to just fade away. And because I used the anvil transition, I decided that if something dropped that hard, that it would possibly crumble. So I wanted my transition to crumble, as you see here. But I had to get the order right. That took some time. That took some playing around. But I finally did get it. Just use your creativity and make sure that this intro fits you. And that's the effect that I was going for. So we'll get into the effects again, like I repeated. Just be patient till the end of the video. I just wanted to make this as simple as possible. And I hope you guys are understanding it thus far. But do know that this does take time. This intro took me hours to create. So it's hard to squeeze all of that into a video. Now we're going to move on to step 5, which is our second phone slide. And this particular slide, I just wanted to invite my audience to shop with me. I have a human hair company and I just wanted them to know that without saying that over and over in my videos. They'll know that in the first 30 seconds of watching my video. They'll know who I am, how to follow me, and what they can purchase from me if they find that they want to do so. Now we're moving on to step 6, which is our iMac slide. So just keep in mind a really quick tip. If you're going to change the type of transparent, just make sure that the screen recording is realistic. If you're on a computer, you're going to have the desktop view. So make sure your screen recording reflects so if you do this option yourself. Now all 5 slides are complete. We're going to move into presentation settings, transitions, and effects. To find the presentation settings, you're going to go to the right top corner, click on the 3 dots, scroll down to settings, and click presentation type. We're going to focus on the transition delay and build delay. Transition delay should be set to 0. The build delay is however long your videos are. So if they're 15 seconds, match that. The transition delay is just how much time goes by between each slide. To To find transitions, you're going to click on the right hand side on those three dots as well. Make sure the slide that you want is selected. And then the first red icon is going to be your transitions and builds. You also can search for those builds if you know them by name. I decided to go with the reflection as my transition. And really quickly, I'm going to show you a preview. So in between each slide, instead of a basic slide, you have a really cool 3D kind of turn. I thought that looked so aesthetically pleasing. Alright guys, so another important step is to make sure that you organize your slides in order that you want them to play. Once those slides are finally in order, you'll notice that once you select a slide, you can see the settings for each slide down at the bottom of your screen. So when you select a slide, you'll see the transition first, and if you click on the element itself, you'll see the build in, you'll see the build out, and you'll see add action. Select build in and you'll get a pop-up. Select change and then you'll see the list of effects. You'll have recent effects, appear and a move, and you'll have flip, spin, and scale, as well as special effects. Next, select build out. You'll hit change and you'll see those same effects. Notice that those are just effects and movements. If you want the actual image or file to do something itself, then you'll select add action. And then you'll get a list of movements for the actual file. If you look on the left hand side where your slides are, you'll notice that they have 3 dots and yellow triangles in each bottom right corner. If you click on each slide, the first thing you'll see is the transition. If you click on the element or the pictures or whatever's on that slide, you'll see the build in, the build out, and the action that you have on each file. So just go through all of those slides to make sure that the transitions are the same, and just make sure you have the proper effects that you want that's going to give you the results that you want for this slide. Alright, on to the final steps. You've already put your slides in order, changed the presentation settings, and you've already mastered the effects. Now we're going to export out of Keynote. You're going to click the dots in the right hand corner, you're going to hit export, and then you're going to hit movie, and then you're just going to make sure all of the settings are just how you like them. Okay guys, so now we're going to upload to the video editor of your choice. I'll be using both, but you can use iMovie if you want because it's free. I do pay for Rush. So moving on. In Rush, they have a lot of options, so I didn't add text inside of Keynote because I wanted it to be aesthetically pleasing. So you want to speed up the file. You want to make any cuts that you want to make, and then you're going to add titles. I decided to go with this brush title. Just delete that and put whatever title you're putting. Alrighty, I just want you guys to know that this intro is not going to be easy to make. It took me hours and hours to complete this intro. But if you follow these steps, I hope that I've made it easier for you. That wraps up this video. I'm going to see you guys next Monday, but before I go, I want to remind you guys to wake up, pray, get pretty, hustle, and repeat. And let's just watch our finished result and tag me if you decide to recreate this intro look for yourself. I'd love to see. Bye.